Well, ignore my idiot sense of fashion since that's not why you're here, and instead focus on all the books I read in February and March. With that being said, let's begin. Hi, welcome to Books of Yarn. My name is Anna, and in today's video, I'll start with telling you all the books I read in February, which unfortunately was one. February was an epic month, and since there is no rule that says you must read more than X book every month, I read one book. And to remind me of all the books I read is this Beauty and Strength book that I bought from Dollar Tree. I also have a simple book journal, which I will from time to time check the notes from because February and March was, let's say, 2 months ago. Now, the first book I read is, this was through Libby, so I'm gonna insert a clip, and that's, why did I say the first book I read? The only book I read in February. I'm gonna insert a picture of said book so you have an idea. And it turns out I only end up reading this book because I had seen a copy at my library, and when I went into Libby, I was like, why does this book looks familiar? I listened to it. It's called, as you can see from the picture, but I'll say it anyway, Swam Story by, what's his name? David Barry. That was a 3-star. A lot happened in that book. It follows this girl and her baby daddy and his friend, who they wanted to be swamp men, or I don't remember the exact term. Then there were the Campbell brothers, who were trying to find gold at said swamp because they heard about it when they were in prison. And then there are 2 other brothers who wanted to, their business to boom, and somehow all of their lives became entwined. That's all I can say, because for the life of me, that's all I remember. But 3 stars. Then I read Rock Paper Scissors, which I also insert a picture of, and that is by Alice Feeney. It is 5 stars, and this follows a couple, Amelia and Adam Wright. Their marriage was failing. They got a getaway. She won a getaway. She won a getaway to go away for the weekend, and a lot happened because there were some flashbacks. We get to understand what went wrong in their marriage. It was a 5-star, and I loved it. And as much as I love doing book wrap-ups, I don't know about anyone else, but half the time, once I'm done reading a book, I don't remember the the bulk of it. But while reading it or listening to it, I did love it, so I gave it a 5-star. And to not make this video any longer than it needs to be, we'll be moving along. I read 1 book in February, 5 book in 6 book in 6 book in March. So the 6th book that I read in March, the other 4 books for the next 4 books will be physical copies. I did a 24-hour reading challenge with these books. If you really want to know in depthly what I thought, then I will leave a link to that below. It makes no sense repeating it all over again when I barely remember it now, when I had reviewed when I just read it. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder was 4 stars, and let me just check my reading journal. I'm not unprepared. I just think there are a few reasons why I need to explain why I give it 4 stars. I liked it. The pace was steady writing style. I love the suspense. I love the plot twist. I thought there could have been more that could have happened. In the moment while reading it, my mind said 4 star, and I went with it. This 2 star. I did not understand what clearly happened in this book until I posted a review on TikTok and someone explained it. 2 star. As I said, if you want in-depth reviews on these, I'll leave the link to the 24-hour challenge that I did. This one, which is Caraval by Stephanie Garber, which is... Okay. I totally forgot to mention, because I keep forgetting that books go by series like TV show. This is book 1 of the A Good Girl's Guide to Murder series. This is, I think, book 1 of a Legendary. No, the series is called Caraval. The second book is called Legendary. So this was a 5-star. Recommended. Loved it. My first Stephanie Gerber books. As one of my 2024 goals to branch out, do more reading, meet more authors. Not meet, discover more authors. I read this book, which I've been dying to read, and this is one of my 2024's 12 must read books. I'm thinking that I should redo that video because half of those books I no longer want to read. I made a commitment to read the entire Game of Thrones. I started it. Looking at a 1,000 page book is not as enticing as this should be, but that's not why we're here. So this follows Scarlett and Donatella. So Scarlett has always wanted to go to this carnival that her grandmother always tells her about. She finally got to go. Lots happen. And you want to know more? The link to the video. I kind of think the Inheritance game was a little bit overhyped. It was a 3-star for me. It I don't know. And I think one of the things I need to say for this series, I'm not defending my reason this was a 3-star. I love the little mystery that goes on into the book and whatever, but that was that. The last book I read was when I decided to start a challenge, which I'm currently doing, which is to read Goodreads Best Book of 2023. One of which being, I think under the best, I think it got Best Historical Fiction, is Wayward. Follows 3 women over 3 generations who are wayward women. And 2-star. They somehow have magic, and I was waiting to see this. I'll leave a picture because this was one of the book I read on Libby. I was waiting to see. I think I might have to redo this video. I don't think I'm gonna redo it. Either ways, I was waiting to see how they came into their magic. I was waiting to understand a little bit more about their magic, but it was more focused on the abuse that the women went through over the 3 generations. Now, need I say before anyone tries to come for me, yeah, it's good to talk about it. I'm not going to defend any of that. But I wanted to know more about the magic. It's a historical fiction, but you never learn the history of why the woman has these powers. So, follows Kate, Athea, and Violet. It's from, I think, 2009. One of the year, Athea is from the year 1916. Violet is from 1964 or 1942, and then Kate is from 2020, 2019. So Violet is Kate's grand aunt or great aunt, but I know it's some distance and it's either one great or two. But I wanted to dive into the world and to know more about the magic, but that never happened. With that being said, these were just all the books I read in February and March, and I do apologize if this video was not as entertaining as you hope it will be, but I'm not as young as I used to be, and my brain does not really attain all that information like it used to. So I look to my book for guidance and for assistance, and it usually helps me. Now, with that being said, if you at any point enjoyed this video, you can always leave a comment. Let me know what books you read in February and March. Let me know if you read any of these books and what were your thoughts. Let's all congregate in the comment section, and thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day, month. I should say it in order. Have a wonderful year, then month, week, day, hour, minute, second, millisecond, and I hope I see you in the next bookish video. Toodaloos!